All right, hello, hello. It's a little bit later than usual. It's almost 11 o'clock on Sunday, and let's just let's just get into it. Like, I'm not gonna waste. Well, I am gonna waste a little bit of time. I always waste time in my intros, but hey, everyone, glad you're here. If you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay down in the comments by doing the usual hashtag replay that everyone always puts. I enjoy seeing that. Um, my drink tonight is a. Hold on, let me go here real quick. Give me 1 second. Uh, how's everyone doing? I know a lot of people want to talk about the whole Raymondville mayor campaign kind of thing. I'm just going to touch on it a little bit. Nothing too deep, nothing too bad. Just, I mean, if I covered all of Vanessa's stuff like within extreme detail, I think I could at least cover this for a couple of minutes. I think that's all it's really worth, anyways. Uh, da, da, da. What did I do? I think I did something. I don't know if y'all are still here with me or not. Um, okay, so yeah, one thing that came up this past weekend, well, not this past weekend, this past week, was I'm actually going to be making my drink as I do this. Oh, shit. Okay, I just want to make sure I was live because I wasn't seeing the little live button. I'm actually going to make my drink here. Usually I do get my Rebel, the Rebels from Dutch Bros, but I found out that you could actually ask for it deconstructed and you can make it yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my drink here. Hyman was asking a lot of questions about the whole copyright thing and if you can do it or not. Well, I have a little bit of experience in this, and I just dumped ice all over my desk. Shit. I bought a snow cone maker just for this, so I have a little raspa machine. Um, I've had copyright strikes before. Vanessa had copyright struck me like before in the past. But all I had to do was put in my little, sorry, little ASMR for you. All I had to do was put in, I think it'd be easier on this side, a request for review, and it got overturned. Now, when it came with Ophelia, me using one of her little clips, it was something I had to do a little more work into. And what that required me to do is, this looks so pretty. Since she went and did it, I had to go and put in a request. And let's put a little bit of this on top. Look at that. It's very pretty. Alright. Let me just close this. Alright, let's rock and roll. Okay, so a few weeks back, what I did was I used a clip of Ophelia's to kind of prove a point, and apparently she didn't like that very much. I know a lot of people are gonna get mad, like, oh, you're talking about Ophelia, and I know I can already imagine ICU in the comments because ICU loves being in the comments, being upset because I'm talking about this. And hey, it's a platform; anyone could talk about what they want. No one seemed to mind when I was doing videos on Vanessa, and now that I'm doing it against someone they like, that's when people want to cry foul and really, not really, want it or accept it or like it. I think we could all agree I've been more than fair with Ophelia, despite what's been said against me. So I think I could easily just talk about my opinion. I don't, use the nicknames. I don't cuss. I don't, bash or anything like that. I just speak my own personal experience, how I see it, and my opinion on it. Just like I've done for Jaime before, I've done it on Vanessa before, I've done it on other creators that are outside of this drama, and no one seems to mind. Just Ophelia and the Peacocks, it's the whole you can't talk about us kind of thing. I don't know where that sense of privilege comes from, but we're gonna talk about it. So I used a clip. She got upset, hit me with a copyright strike. Okay, video got taken down. I wasn't able to monetize it. So, I spoke to some people, some powerful people, and I was able to put in a request for YouTube to overturn it. I put in the request. At that point, the creator of the channel who put the request, which Ophelia is not the owner of her channel, so she wasn't allowed to put that kind of copyright strike on me. This is beautiful. But basically, after I put in that appeal to overturn it, it's the responsibility of whoever owns the channel to provide within 10 business days to provide legal forms saying that I'm going to be taken to court for the copyright infringement. So YouTube requests that there's actual proof, not just like, hey, I don't like that he used my video, take it down. That's not what copyright that's not copyright law. Copyright law is that, take the video down because I'm going to sue this person and I need that video to stay taken down for the whole court process. No one no one sued me. No one filed any charges on me. So, because there was no answer within those 10 business days, YouTube was like, okay, this isn't copyright infringement. This video can't be taken down for copyright infringement anyways, anymore, because they were given, the owner was given 10 days to prove that they're going to go to court. They didn't. So it can't be, tried again. It can't be, put up again. So that's when the video was brought up. And that's just a little bit of advice. If anyone wants to go ahead and hey, thank you, patty cakes. If anyone wants to, start making videos, I always recommend, hey, if you want, you have your voice heard. If you want to speak your opinions and stuff, anyone could create a YouTube channel. Nothing wrong with that. There's even people who create YouTube channels and don't show their face. It'll just be an image and they'll just talk and stuff like that. That's fine. That's okay. I'm not gatekeeping anything. Anyone could do it. It doesn't take a lot of brains to hit live on YouTube and just go live. So that's just a little thing to kind of keep you out of trouble. I had went on Jaime's show and I had told him like, look, there's a way to do it. You have to do it a smart way, and if you're willing to risk it and actually have someone sue you over it, go for it. That's that's not me giving legal advice. That's just me telling my experience what happened. If you want to show like the way the way that like I did it was by providing commentary. It wasn't me using a whole clip. It was me using a clip, talking about it, and then I think I used another clip and I spoke about it. That's perfectly legal. There's like court cases that I referenced when I wrote into YouTube to tell them like, hey, this has already been tried before in different cases. It's illegal. Like it's never been found to like be a righteous claim to like the whole copyright infringement. And I they hey, what's up, Manny? When I sent in the form, it was kind of risky because in order for the whole thing to go through completely, you need to provide your email address, your phone number, and a physical address for you. I was a little bit worried when I did that because you people will show up to your house if they know exactly where you live. We've seen it before from like different people. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to give my address. So I put it. I was like, look, I put it here. I have cameras outside. I'm good. Like these things are motion activated. I'll get the notification on my phone if someone I know or if someone I don't know pulls up and anything like that. Hey, I'm not monetizing. What's going on? So the thing about that is, if you're sending that information, you get the information from the creator also. So I got the email address. I'm not leaking it or anything. I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not giving it to anyone. But I got, the phone number linked to the channel, the email address linked to the channel, the physical address linked to the channel, and stuff like that. So I'm saying like it goes both ways. It worked out for me that, I don't know which one of Ophelia's uh children own the channel, but if one of them wanted to sue me, they can sue me. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying like they better not or anything. I'm just saying like, hey, they're in their right to sue me, but it didn't happen, so it kind of just opens the door. I don't think anyone wants to deal with something like that, especially when it's a frivolous copyright claim. That's just the way I see it. Like, it wasn't like I didn't have my face up there. It's not like I didn't add my commentary. It's not like I didn't do anything um It's not like I copy and pasted the video and just put it there. Like Manny's here, like he adds commentary to his videos. It's pause, talk about it, play, pause, talk about it, play. That adds commentary, so that's not really a copyright infringement. If I would have just y- y'all get it. Hey everyone. Yeah, my daughter and my wife are bad influences on me. I said it as a joke, like, hey, let's buy a snow cone machine, and everyone was on board for it. So now I have a snow cone machine to make my drinks at home. Now, let's talk about the election. Because I mean, if I dedicated hours and multiple videos to Vanessa's election, I think I could dedicate like a few minutes to talking about the mayor election in Raymondville. Not talking about the actual. I'm not getting into like oh well, she's bad because she did this, she did do that. No, I'm just talking about general the way I see it, the way if someone from outside the whole thing sees how this election went. As we all know, it was 3 point something percent of the total votes, 40 votes. I'm not bashing, I'm not making fun or anything like that. I did say, hey, if she really wants to win, let her run. I never said that, oh, we should, bash, we should, prevent it from happening. Everyone is allowed to run. If I ever wanted to run for something, I don't think I ever would. I'm more of a man behind the curtain kind of things. I would want to run someone's political campaign rather than be the front runner. Just in case if anyone wants to run for any office, hey, I work for free. I just want the experience here. I get paid in exposure, not dollars, when it comes to certain things like this. And I've always given advice. When Vanessa was running, I gave my advice on how to handle certain situations, how to address certain situations, and how to speak about certain situations. It was just free advice. I didn't say, "Hey, you got to do this" or anything like that. I know she's capable of, coming up with her own ideas. I was just throwing my 2 cents. Last week, I gave free advice for Ophelia on like things she should say, things she should do, things she should address. She wasn't obligated to take it. I was just throwing it out there because that's my right here on this platform to talk and say and do what I want to do. So other platforms have already gone and made fun of her and bashed her and stuff like that. I'm just saying, hey, 40 votes is 40 votes. It's only 3%, so that's only 3 cents to the dollar. If you want to talk about like how, like the size of that. But the one thing I do want to say is if you win, win with dignity. If you lose, lose with dignity. There's no reason to show that you can't handle loss, that you can't handle rejection by immediately going and throwing a big, F you to the people who didn't vote for you just because you didn't get your way. She said that she's not going to run again. She says she has no plans of running again. Who knows if she is in the future? Something might change to where she'll decide to run for something else. Like I said, perfectly okay for her. But regardless if you're gonna run or not, you want to keep at least a decent image for the people who might be voting for you. Because if she ever does, I'm not addressing her as like to herself. I'm saying if she ever does decide to run again, the whole thing that where they're gonna start busting out old video clips and stuff like that, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna be like a constant thing on rotation. I would personally, if it was me, I would get ahead of it, address that. Yes, I said these things in the past. Everyone has been angry before. Everyone said things out of anger before. I just suffered a humiliating defeat in front of my city, in front of everyone on my platform. I was angry. I apologize. That's not how I really feel. And just give a real apology. A decent is not in her vocabulary. Period. Just everyone likes to hear someone admit that they were wrong, and I think by her like admitting that she was wrong to say these, she was wrong to act this way, she was wrong to attack these people, she was wrong to do these things, that would earn points. It might not be enough points. It might just get her like 43 votes next time, but it's still an improvement versus what has already been done. uh I was gonna show the clip, but I was like, I'm not gonna like go and dig and waste time. I just wanted to be referring to someone who has no dignity. I'm just trying to improve. I'm trying to add like a little bit of education, a little bit of um how one should act kind of thing. This is what it is. We call it like a princess camp or royal camp or something like that, and talk about how to be a decent human being, especially if you're living your life on the internet or at least putting stuff out on the internet where people could go and use it against you later on. I felt like I was I was talking pretty fast right there. This thing's hitting me already. It's not alcohol. I could easily put alcohol in it. It's just an energy drink. So I'll probably be up live. I'll probably be like up all night and stuff like that. I took a really good nap today. Another thing that I want to say about I didn't say this during the campaign because I didn't want to like add fuel to the fire since I know people were going against her and then people were supporting her. I didn't want to add fuel to the fire. Now that it's over, I think I could talk about like what I thought about the whole campaign as a whole. A lot of what I saw is a liquid death. No, I am out of liquid death. I need another case. Um, I need another case. Me, I just made my own Dutch Bros here live earlier, so I'd kind of talk about it because now it's just opinionated. It won't have any effect on the election. It won't do anything. What I saw from her actions. We're speaking about her actions here, not me pulling stuff out of thin air. A lot of her, a lot of the reasoning why she ran was to change the way the police are there, to change the judges, to it seemed like a lot of it was for her. It seemed to be like a very um yeah, but like it seemed to be like a lot of selfish reasons why you ran. I mean, not all politicians are good. A lot of politicians do it for selfish reasons, but for her to go out and publicly like make it known that like she wants to get rid of the judges, she wants to get rid of the police, like people in the police department, she wants to get rid of the chief, she wants to retaliate, she wants to retaliate against these people who've done her wrong. Mm, the the reason why someone runs for something like that is because they want to change their community, they want to better it, they don't want to use this to be in a position to retaliate and wrong those who have wronged them, because that shows that they're not doing it for the people. It's a people's position. It's a person for the people. Chapa. It's Nick Chapa. He's a really good friend of mine, but he refuses to support me in my YouTube videos. Okay. That like it's not like the mayor earns a lot of money. It's not like, a big thing like that. So I mean, for somebody, 30 grand might be a lot. Not bashing you if that is a lot. I mean, everyone needs to survive in their own way, but there's plenty of other things you could do to make more money that doesn't put you in such a position like that. But by running and showing that like you are only running to hurt someone else's campaign, so out of spite, to do it out of to retaliate, to do it out of like your selfish reasons, that automatically lost a lot of votes. I honestly think she might have hit triple digits. And this isn't a bash to Vanessa or anything. This is just a statistical fact. Vanessa got 528 votes when she ran, so it makes it likely that Ophelia could have at least broke 100. But by going public and saying like, "Oh well, I'm gonna do this because they wronged me. I'm gonna do this because they screwed me. I'm gonna do this because I don't like this person," that doesn't make you a very likable person. And if you're running in a political campaign, if you're running for any kind of position where it's decided by a vote of the people, you want to be liked, you want to be likable. That's why there's the cliche kissing babies and shaking hands and going to these events and stuff like that. um she might have wanted to take this seriously, but it wasn't shown to be a serious run or anything like that. And then getting upset and saying that she's not going to do anything for the city of Raymondville. At that point, she's just hurting the kids who had no say, who had no way to vote, who couldn't pick. But that's saying, hey, I didn't get my way, so I'm not going to do anything for you all. Like, I'm going to punish you all. because y'all didn't like me enough. That's really not going to make you liked anymore in the community, especially if you're going to continue to live in the community and be known as like that person. That's not a smart move. I would still, if I was, in her position, even if I didn't plan on winning, I would still try and save face a little bit. I would still try to lose with a little bit of dignity and be like, I might be upset at the parents. I might be upset at those who didn't vote for me. Uh, Especially dropping an FU to the people, like that was a big, um, I don't know, and they call me a dimwit. But saying like, I don't want to punish those who have wronged me. I want to at least still help my community. I still want to be a figure that's liked. Just because you're not a mayor or an elected official or anything doesn't mean that you can't be liked in the community and make change. You could, you know, do good things to where people would want to listen to you, and then those people might have influence over, laws that get changed. They might have influence of different positions, and that's how you kind of backdoor your way in. You don't have to go straight for the top. You could, kind of, it might be a little, slimy or anything, greasing palm, you're not greasing palms, but just make an effort. So yeah, I don't think that was smart. I don't think that was the right thing to do. But hey, she's her own person. She makes her own choices, whether they be mistakes or not. Just looking into it, like that's the way I see it. I could be wrong. Anyone's welcome to tell me I'm wrong. I'm sure I'm gonna hear it uh later on in the comments, and I'll go ahead and I'll start screen capping and showing everyone. I don't block comments, so you could bash me, you could, say I'm wrong, you could insult me here. I'm not gonna block you. It's just, a place here for us to talk. And I don't know. Honestly, for someone who says that they are liked in the community, that everyone's wrong when they say the community doesn't like them, for only 40 people to vote for you, 3% of the total, voters, that really has to say something. And I'm sure it probably bothers her. I'm sure she's probably upset, even though she's probably going to do the laugh, she's going to do the squawk, she's going to come up with all these different things to buy time to think about a response to what I'm saying, to try and figure out what to say that could, prove me wrong, when all we're going to get is the usual, the laugh, the squawk, the yelling, the same catchphrases. There's nothing really new in terms, like, in when it comes to that. Like, there's, give me one second, there's only so much that you could get from that. But hey, she's welcome to it. I'm not gonna go and, bash her. I'm not gonna go and cry about it. I'm able to say what I want about her. She's free to say what she wants about me. But someone did say something. Oh, AB. One more thing to add to the list, that her and VT are exactly the same. It's just, it seems like she's trying to do the things that Vanessa's done, from platforms to going after people, to using the same catchphrases, to using the same insults, to doing the same things. And I feel that if she would have won, or at least came out with more votes than Vanessa, her whole argument would be, I beat Vanessa, I did something she wasn't able to do. And she would have, rode that pony until she came up with another way to, try and put people in their place, and stuff like that. But I don't know, Vanessa with 528 votes, her with 40 votes total, like, I don't think she could stand on that argument. But I know that's something that would have been said. That, like, I beat Vanessa, I'm gonna do this next, and I'm gonna, continue to beat her. But I think she was humbled very quickly when those numbers started coming out. Old Soul 1969. Did you put like 69 because of 69, or 1969 because that's when we first went to the moon? And I'm a big space buff. Just look at my channel right there. Went to the moon in 1969 there. What blows my mind is her family and friends, quotation marks, because um I know why, are okay with what she says and she does. Yes, they fuel the fire that pushes her to do these things, because normally I wouldn't be able to do a fraction of the stuff that she does against people. But knowing that you have one person saying, "Hey, it's okay. I'm still going to be here," or "Yeah, you should do it," or "We got your back," or "We'll send you money for bail," that kind of grants permission in her head to say like, "Hey, yeah, it is okay. Like I am going to do this. It is cool. Like I have a group of few people backing me up. Like I'm sure more people will back me up if I actually go through with it." Um, Butterfly Beauty. The funny thing is, people are making excuses for her loss. She didn't really want to win. She didn't take away from Roy, right? Yeah, because even if she didn't win, and let's say those 40 votes went straight to Roy, unfortunately, he still would have lost. So by thinking about that, okay, she spent 1600 to run. Um, if the signs were donated or they were given to her at a discount, that's more money out of her pocket. The shirts, or they were given to her, or she had to pay for them at a discounted rate, that's still money out of her pocket. So I don't know how much those signs are. Let's say those signs were $100. I could be wrong. I'm just guesstimating right there based on the way they looked and material they were made out of. I'll say $100. I don't know how many signs were made total. I know some flyers were made, so I'll up it to 150. I'm sure the shirts were given to her by one of the peacocks who supported her. Awesome. I make shirts too, so I know how that goes. You want to support your friends and make them stuff too. So let's say she spent 1750 on everything. Whether she ran or not, it still would have had the same outcome. So she could have saved that 1750, used it on either court fees or whatever else that she needs money for, bills and stuff like that. And the same thing would have happened. I don't see how that could be like, oh, she really didn't want to win. If I'm dropping over a grand, okay, if the money I'm dropping has a comma in it, I'm doing it because I believe in it and I want it, especially if my whole catchphrase for my campaign is "in it to win it." So I think that's just trying to save face by saying, "Oh, we really didn't want to win." Okay, yeah, you spent 1600 for fun. That makes more sense. Um, let's see. Yeah, and a lot of people. I haven't looked at I haven't compared the voting numbers from this one compared to the previous election, but I think it's safe to say that people did go out and vote just to vote against her. So she might have helped, voting numbers in some way, negative towards her. But like, if there's someone who I don't like that's running, that's going to motivate me to go vote for the other person more. Versus, I know everyone should go out and vote. I'm not saying don't vote, but like, majority of the time, like, if I see that voting's coming down to like the lesser of two evils, like, I'm like, you know what? I'm screwed either way. Let anyone win. I'll suffer the consequences. But if there's someone who I don't want to win or anything, that would probably happen. Like, I want to say that motivated people to go out there and vote. Um, yeah, I don't think she really took votes away. Even if they were, it was, I mean, 3% of votes. I mean, I could lose. Um, it doesn't bother me, losing, like having to pay 3% more if I want to buy something. It's only 3%. It's not that much. But hey, it's still 40 votes. It's still 40 people that voted for her. She could take that as a win. Not, laughing. I'm not anything like that, because hey, it's still 40 people. And of one of the arguments will probably be, because I haven't watched, I don't watch. One of them will probably be, well, she put her name on there. No one else put their name on there. Vanessa did, and she lost. But I mean, she still had almost 500 more votes. I mean, it not everyone's made to be a politician. I'm not. Like I said, I'm more happy to write speeches and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to do actually at one point, was work on campaigns just for fun. So hey, I'm not taking the 40 votes from her. She could have them. She took them. They're her votes. Some people are proud of her for running. That she's a winner just to put her name in the ring. Okay, by that argument, if she's a winner just for throwing her name in there, Vanessa's a 6 times a winner. Like, I think if people are saying, "Hey, she won because she put her name on there. She won because she got 40 votes. She won because she got more votes than anyone else thought." There is a time when I would watch Vanessa. I don't. I my thoughts on Vanessa have changed. I've spoken to Vanessa. She came on my show at one point. They can't talk bad about Vanessa. They can't make fun of Vanessa for losing 6 times because Ophelia lost, and by a much larger margin than what Vanessa did. So I don't think I think they kind of lost the right to have that argument or to have that kind of like crap to throw at her at like Vanessa's face, because if she won with 40 votes and she's a winner and she's a champion, she's the people's champion. Um, Vanessa's like 6 times that by an argument of safe, like in a debate. That's what I would use. Yeah, the someone sent me a clip this morning, and I want to say whoever sent me that clip, I know who you are because I mean your name's there on my Facebook. I want to say you are Medusa. You might be my new suspect because I have a list of suspects who Medusa is. I've spoken to Medusa, but Medusa hasn't given me any clues on who it might be, and that's fine. People are welcome to like have their identities. As someone who loves superheroes, I could support someone who has a secret identity. But yeah, I think you might have given yourself away because you sent me the video, and then an hour later, Medusa posted the video. Secret save with me, support you. But it did seem like I don't get my way, so I'm gonna lash out. I didn't get my way, so I'm angry, kind of thing. Um, I ran for president a few times in school, like in different grade levels. And there was one point in 6th grade where I was running for president of the elementary, and we went into a runoff, and I lost by about four. It was 4 to 6 votes. It was fun. It was educating and humbling experience. I lost. I was upset, but I didn't show that to anyone. I was joking around. The person who won was actually another friend of mine. We joked. We took pictures. I'll see if I could find that picture um, somewhere with all my elementary photos. But you would think a 6th grade kid who lost in front of like his whole school and a girl he might have had a crush on would be more likely to throw a temper tantrum, to be upset, to cry, to lash out. No, I took that loss like a champ. I don't win everything I run for. I don't win every game I play, and sometimes it's okay to lose. I don't think I think losing kind of builds just as much character as winning does. It teaches you how to be humble. It teaches you sportsmanship, and it teaches you how to be a decent person. Um, yeah, pretty much what I said. If you really didn't care, you would have kept those hundreds of dollars. That's just what I think. Thank you, Butterfly. I did see the Cheeseman report. I've talked to that guy before because he covered a story for some people that I worked for. Something that a lot of people don't know is, yeah, I might have my channel for fun, but there's other platforms that I work for that have, followings in the thousands and stuff like that. Well, he covered some people who I may or may not have had some experience with in the industry, and he nailed some of the stuff. I gave him some stories because there's actual influencers in the valley. Like, I want to say like 1,000 to maybe 25,000. You're considered a micro influencer at that point. I'm talking about people who have it like hundreds and thousands of followers. This guy I went to high school with, I think he has over 1 million followers. Like, these are influencers. Like, He goes to conventions. They pay him to show up. They pay him for photos. They pay him for autographs. So when the Cheeseman Report was covering people that I've worked for and covering people who I know because of the people I worked for, I was like, oh, I gotta give you some experience, some stories, because there's a reason I don't work with these people anymore. There's a reason why I don't, like this. So I've sent some stuff in the past before. Have I worked on any campaigns in the past besides my own and elementary and junior high? No, but I would like to. I would like to, do like debating and stuff like that. Oh, I love that. I would love to prepare someone for a debate. Vanessa, I honestly think Vanessa has a bigger support system because for every there's not it's not a science or anything, but the way I see it is for every 5 people that hate you, there's at least another 15 that love you. People won't go out as much as someone who hates someone. If someone likes you, they're gonna like you, but they're gonna be silent about it, or they might not be as vocal as someone who hates you. Like, I love Dutch Bros. I talk about Dutch Bros all the time. It's a really good, company. But I don't go and write reviews. I don't go and I do reach out to them, and they rewarded me with free drinks when I told them. But if I were to have a bad experience, I'm more likely to do a video about it. I'm more likely to write a review about it. I'm more likely to try and call someone to let them know I don't like them. If someone hates you, they put more work in letting it be known that they hate you. If someone likes you, those numbers are usually greater, and a majority of them are silent. So I think, based on the number of profiles and accounts and people that like go after Vanessa and stuff like that, I think there's a number of people that do support her and do talk about her. I mean, she's gotten big numbers, not big enough to win, but she's gotten numbers that, kind of made me question, like, oh shit, like she won this county, like she won a whole county. Like, I mean, you can win a county and some people can't win their cities. That's just the easiest way to do it. Humbling for a normal person. Yeah. Yeah, Danny, the Cheeseman Report. There's hundreds. I follow like not gonna say hundreds. I follow dozens of YouTubers that their whole platform is just talking about gossip with other influencers. There's like T Spill. That's probably my favorite, T Spill. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's your platform. That's what works for you. It's cool. TMZ is a huge empire that covers, celebrity gossip. That's their thing. It works for them. It gets them the views. You can't be upset because, I mean, Danny has like what, 84,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that's all he does. Like, more power to him. He found a niche that works, and he, went after it, and he's, killing on it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. I just wanted to kind of get that out there. Maybe later on I'll just do a live and just go rambling on and stuff. He's grown a lot. Yeah, I remember when he was. I think when I first saw him, I think he had like 18,000, but he's been doing a good job, and it's been growing a lot more recently. Let me see. I just want to see like how his numbers have been working. Yeah, and hey, if anyone ever wants to start a YouTube channel, I will help you out as much as I can. I think having this kind of outlet just to talk is fine. It's really good. Oh, I can't spell cheese, man. Yeah, like I could help you out with like, some good software to use. I could tell you like an affordable mic. Like, I love this microphone. I got it for like $50, and it's a nice working microphone. The studio arm thing was only like another 20. I got a couple of different cameras. Like, it's easy to It's easy to do it, and if anyone ever wants to, like, hey, I got your back. Oh yeah, Cheeseman Report with 83.3 subscribers, over 15 million views, and he's been going pretty good. I think he deleted a video because it shows here that he lost 147,000 views. So that usually happens when you delete a video. But I mean, he's killing it. Let me see. Other influencers put it out there. They're their videos, and it shows up on his platform. Exactly. Like technically, you don't own your videos. Like this video I'm doing right now, I don't own it. I could I could put a copyright claim saying that it's being used by someone else, but I don't own it. By using the YouTube platform, YouTube owns the videos. YouTube can do whatever they want with the videos. So you really can't like cry and say that like, hey, they're using my video. Like, I'm gonna take my video and put it somewhere else. Like, no, like there belongs to YouTube at that point because they're using their website. Yeah, Danny, he's the Cheeseman Report guy. Yeah, this is him. This is his thing. Like anyone could access this to look at people's numbers. Um, he's doing pretty good. This is where I said he lost over 147,000 videos. I mean views over a video. Last 30 days, 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty good. And like the numbers are all right. I mean, I don't know, a shitload better than mine. So congrats to him. Or is this is Social Blade. You could look up anybody's information here. It might not always be right, but especially, let me see. The monthly earnings usually isn't right all the time. That's off because for me it says that I make very little compared to what I actually make on YouTube. So this could be a lot more. If you look up, Ophelia's or any other platform, it's probably more than what this says. So it's just an estimated like. But hey, that's pretty good. You could even look at some full monthly stats, and you see how much videos how many views he gets per day, how much an estimate on how much he makes that day, and then the subscriber numbers. It's kind of off. It used to be more accurate, kind of like this, to give like specifics every day. But I think that's way too much for the system to like deal with. So I think it just does the by hundreds. Like every time you get 100, it'll throw it in there. But on the average, 11,000 views, weekly average, it's pretty good. As from here, you could just compare it with similar channels. Let's see. And you kind of see like what, you could compare it to. No, but what I do have is, what is the one I have? Let me see. Oh, I have vidIQ. vidIQ lets me look at everyone's stats like from YouTube. Let me see. Let me pull up one of these other videos. This is actually some videos that I want to show in the future. Let me share this because this is one that I love using, and he also does podcasts. I'm hoping to do podcasts. I'm trying to build up a better space, and trying to convince my wife, hey, let's do a podcast together. Like let's just talk about life. Let's share stories about dumb things that I've done, like when I got hit in the head with a steel chair for fun because I thought I was going to be the next member of Jackass, and nothing ever happened. Here we go. Yeah, what I do is I have vidIQ. I used to have the paid one. I need to get that one back. But here it'll give me, its like to dislike ratio, how many likes it has total, and then kind of a score based on the description, based on tags, based on end screens that they use. It also gives me, how well the video does in the first week, ways to improve it with title, tags, description cards, all that kind of stuff. And then it gives me like the overall thing. It gives me like the tags it uses, the topics it has, and stuff that like it kind of follows. So it's a nice way to like compare with other YouTubers and see what's working for them. Um, it's just helpful. Let's see if there's anything else I could use on here. So you could kind of see like how they target their stuff. Um, so yeah, I want to get that podcast thing started. I also want to do a court style type of video. I want to get a judge's robe and one of those old style wigs, and I want to go over videos like that. Like, ever since COVID, like all these court cases go over Zoom, and you could just use those videos and talk about them. So I kind of wanted to. I found like this one channel that will just upload um like child support things, will upload paternity tests, and like they're real ones. There's one to where it's just a bunch of ones from Texas, and it's like close by here because it's Bear County, over like by San Antonio. And I kind of want to talk about stuff like that. For example, there's this one case where this girl found out that her baby daddy, who she didn't think owned, like had a lot of money, was pulling in like 6 figures a year. So she got all excited because her monthly child support payment was going to be like $1,400, and she was going to try and get him for back child support for like the past year. So she was looking to cash out like really well. But the guy told the judge, well, she left, she moved to Houston. I don't have access to see my daughter. I'm not able to see her because she moved the child and herself to Houston. So the judge heard that and said, you know what? No child support, case closed. She has to file again uh, with a court in Houston, and that would probably take a long time. So the guy kind of lucked out there. Uh, Molly Golightly, yeah, she doxed people. There's a couple of live streamers that kind of do things the wrong way, and they'll dox people and use their chat as their own personal army. And that's something that once you realize that you have a little personal army of people based on what you say, that's when you start getting into dangerous territory. And when you need to step back and be like, okay, I need to change. But this is a lot longer than I planned on doing. I just wanted to talk like 20 minutes real quick, and maybe we'll go live later. Maybe I'll go live later tonight. Maybe I'll do a live tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll do some court cases and we'll look at some people's situations. Not to make fun of them, but just to kind of learn and learn what not to do in situations like that. Like move your kid when you're going through a child support case. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. If you did, and if you haven't been here before, welcome. You go ahead and like and subscribe if you want. Leave a comment telling me on how great I did, how bad I did. Um, Negative words improve myself also. So just go ahead and do that. I don't block anyone, so feel free to let it fly in the comments.